Welcome, San Diego. You have tuned in to the podcast with the mostest once again. That's right, it's What's Happening, San Diego. I'm your hostess, Laura Jane. I'm here in the Thunderbird analog recording studio in beautiful Oceanside, California, coming to you with some of the greatest artists to roam the earth. I'm talking about you, Marty Dodson. I'm talking about you, Taryn.
Oh, yeah!
You can see them as a duo all over town. They will amaze you. We're going to give you a sample of that to start out the podcast, and then we're going to come back and get to know them a little bit better. This first song is called Miss You So Much, and it's from 20 years ago.
Almost 20.
Almost 20. Mm-hmm. And it is a swinging tune. You're going to love it. She wrote it. Here it is. Miss You So Much. That song is so upbeat. It makes me want to dance. It makes me want to twirl. It makes me want to do crazy kicks. I like it a lot. Now, You don't perform that anymore, but we can still purchase that tune on iTunes, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So let's introduce yourselves. This is Taryn Donath. Say hello to the kids.
Hello, my name is Taryn Donath.
That's right. And next to her is her duo partner extraordinaire, Mr. Marty Dodson. God, I love you guys. I will never forget the first time I saw you perform. It was at the Poorhouse, and you were opening up for the Tighten Ups. And I was like, who is this person? I need to have Taryn at the shows that I book, because I was so blown away by your talent. When did you start this magical behavior of yours?
Well, if we're referring to my music, I've been performing since I was about 12.
Wow.
12 and a half, yeah. Getting paid to play and have fun. Yeah.
How about you, Marty? How long have you been performing?
Since about 14, and I'm 50 now, so I'm not going to do the math.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm 37. You can do the math.
Yeah.
So, for those of you unfamiliar with their work, Marty is a drummer, and Taryn is a pianist, keyboard artist, singer, songwriter. Now, Marty, I don't even know. Are you a singer too? I don't even know.
I've actually been singing longer than I've been playing drums. So
Wow.
I grew up in church, and singing's always first.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
So, to witness Taryn Donath playing with Marty Dodson is like lightning being passed back and forth. They've got such a connection on stage, and I don't know of anything more entertaining than watching you two guys just parlay and get jazzed about each other's music and get excited and you get physical and you make faces and you're like, you're into it. Was it like that when you first met? I've always wondered how you met, and did you meet as musicians, or were you just like walking down the street going, magnets, 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 who is this person?
We met as musicians. We definitely were a fan of each other's playing when we would play with other people. And I had been playing with a drummer since, I don't know if anybody out there remembers Phil Rowley. He was a fantastic drummer.
Oh, yeah.
And I started playing as a duo with him. And then I played with Marcus Bayshore. And then I was ready to just kind of make a change. And Marty moved to town. And then we were doing gigs with other people.
Oh.
And then I started hiring Marty. Because we just had such a connection. Like you say, it's really nice to have people notice that, because it really is, I think, a show in itself. Not only is it musical, but to me it is the show. When I go watch musicians and bands, I am thoroughly entertained by just standing there. I dance sometimes, but I stand there and I love to watch. Good bands will interact with each other, and it makes you part of it when you're watching. But I'm the biggest fan of Marty's playing, just the biggest. And honestly, I play for the crowd, but a lot of times I play for Marty. I'm constantly watching him and doing little things, stupid little musical things that only he will hear and notice and love. And, and I'm just a fan of drums in general. They're almost pretty much my favorite instrument if the piano wasn't. So anyway, we met through music. And I just love it.
Actually, one correction, which is a good thing, is actually before I moved down, because Billy Watson and Nathan James, 3 years before I moved down here, started hiring me, and so every now and then you and I would get hired by somebody to play in the same band.
Right.
We'd end up in the same band together,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we're always fond of one another's playing, of course, but then as the more and more we played with one another, we started recognizing a connection,
We hear certain things that they just land in our ear space, our head space. Somehow there are these little moments that we feel like there should be an accent or something, and it's ridiculous. And even when I go see Marty play with other people, I don't watch the band. I watch Marty. I really do. I'm such a geek for Marty. I sit and I watch him, And I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I knew he was going to do that before he knew he was going to do that. You know, there's always some hit on the kick drum or some, you know, snare pop or some kind of little inflection that he has to offer. Is just very musical.
That literally happens. You'll be like you'll be in the audience and I'll do something and I'll look at you because I know you caught that. And we're not, like, on the rare occasion, we're not on the same gig, and I'll see her out there, and I know she's going to get it, you know. I'm really crazy, stupid, fortunate that pretty much everybody that hires me down here, I get along with them really well, and I love playing with them musically. I think because she's a drummer at heart. She plays so percussively, and we are so connected. Every now and then you find somebody like that when we're playing together. The comment that you made is the number one comment. I'm serious, without exaggeration. Almost every time we play together, somebody random comes up and says, you guys, your chemistry is just so great. They always talk about how we're watching each other and how we're listening. And we do the same songs every time. It's a lot of songs, but we both have this, like, goal to find a way to do something differently within the same song, like night after night. So
I totally understand and
I know,
appreciate
I know
that.
you do.
It's evolution, baby.
Yeah.
It's like if you just did everything the same way all the time, you know, that's just boring.
I think we've all had those gigs, and that's why we do what we do now, because we'd go out of our minds.
You know what, though? I will say, without those kinds of gigs, you don't learn much about your playing and yourself. Like, when you have those kinds of gigs, you are kind of, I don't want to use the word forced, but challenged. You know, if you care about your playing, which I hope that most musicians would, every night is an opportunity, every gig or day gig, doesn't matter where you are, it's an opportunity to express yourself. And every day is different. And you can never relive the night before. You can't project into the future. You just have to try to be in the moment. And, you know, if I can't come up with something's not quite jiving or it doesn't sound, melodic to me, I'll pause. The music's still going. It's still there. It doesn't stop, but you can pause and take a breath and come back to it. And I really think about what I'm doing as a piano player. I'm trying to always create something.
Well, you've created a lot of music, and your most recent record has all originals on it, which is very impressive, young lady.
Oh, well, thank you.
And we'd like to play another track for you right now, listeners. This track is called Gardenia, my mother's favorite flower, by the way.
Oh.
Word to my mother.
Yeah.
This is Gardenia. It's Taco Fest, May 19th, right downtown at the Waterfront Park. Right next to where all those hornblower boats go off, man. They are shutting down Waterfront Park. And it is all about the tacos, San Diego's largest taco festival. Eat all the tacos you want. Now, this festival has it all, including the wildly popular Chihuahua dog races and beauty pageant. You got to get here. It's from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. all day. Tacos, tacos, tacos. Music, music, music. And Salt and Pepper with Spinderella is the headliner. What? Spinderella one time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's talk about Taco Fest. Let's talk about Taco Fest. Let's talk about all the beer and all the tacos at Taco Fest. Let's talk about music. They've got all kinds of great bands. Chill Clinton, that was featured right here in our first episode of What's Happening in San Diego. Chill Clinton is going to be there. There's Mariachi Real de San Diego, the number one mariachi band in San Diego since 1978. They are going to be greeting taco fans at the entrance. Now, this is a 21 and over event, so make sure your Chihuahuas are 21 and over in dog years. Just kidding, you can bring the puppies, they're cute too. Now, you want tickets, I know you do. You can get them ahead of time at www.sdtacofest.com. Now, those are on sale starting on May 6th. You can get VIP tickets if you want. Hey, private restrooms interest you at a Taco Fest? You know they do. You can get them with your VIP tickets. Front row access to the concerts, beverages, taco bar, all kinds of stuff if you want the VIP. You can even get them the day of the show for $35. So don't miss it. May 19th, San Diego Taco Fest, downtown at the Waterfront Park. I'll see you there. Well, tell me about Gardenia. When did you write this?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, thank you.
Because I don't know the answer. Maybe about 7 years ago. And when I sit down and write, I like to explore chords and, that sounds beautiful, and maybe try to build something off of it. And that one just kind of stuck with me. It's simple, a little dark.
Well, it certainly does have that effect. Beautiful and mysterious.
Mysterious.
All at once. Marty, I have a question for you. Now, all this talk of when you would come down before you moved here, where are you from?
Where I'm from is Central California, a farm town called Porterville.
Porterville, California.
Yeah.
Shout out.
In between Bakersfield and Fresno. If you're from Porterville or Tulare County, you have to say that because most people don't know where Porterville is. Just say, it's in between Bakersfield and Fresno, hoping that someone has heard of Bakersfield or Fresno.
Right.
So I moved to Santa Cruz, California, and lived there for almost 15 years, and then I worked around the Bay Area and largely in the blues network. And so, of course, there's a connection all throughout California with all blues players globally, really.
Yeah, really. Yeah. It's a global family.
It really is.
For real.
So I, for years and years and years, knew people down here, although I worked and lived up in the Bay Area. And so I slowly but surely started moving down here and working with the people that would hire me. And they just convinced me eventually to move down, and it made sense,
And you're a local San Diego County girl, isn't that right, Taryn?
Yes, for the most part. I've been down here since that third grade. We were in Irvine, and I was born in Culver City. But, I love it down here. It's a huge community of
it is.
Amazing musicians. And you know what? For the kind of music that we do with the blues and the jazz and all that, I feel like we all know each other, and we're all like a good family. Oh,
it's a great
for the most
crew.
part. We bicker, we love each other, we get along, we don't get along, but then we get along again. No, I'm just kidding. But it's such a wonderful family environment.
It is a wonderful place to express yourself, for sure.
I love it here. I love California.
You play at a lot of different venues. What's your favorite venue to play at with, like, the duo?
We have a couple. Right now, I would have to say it's between the Flying Pig and Priority Public House.
That's accurate.
Just the ambiance, the crowd.
And cool owners.
Yeah, the owners were really rad. I also like the Riviera. The time that we played there, the crowd
That's
was
a great
just
room,
was
man.
just killer. We had just such a good night there. Oh my
And
God.
that's in La Mesa, right?
Yeah.
And the Priority Public House, what town is that in?
That's in Encinitas.
Encinitas. And the Flying Pig's in Vista, right?
In Vista, correct. It's their Vista
Okay.
location.
Cool. I like to talk about venues because I think every venue has its own personality, and it kind of gives you things or takes away from
Sure.
the music. There are certain places that are like my honeys, my sweet spots, and everything clicks and it's magical.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I've got kind of a weird question for you.
Finally.
Bring it on. Give me a high five, Rasta.
Are you fascinated with cartoons at all? Cartoon bands, cartoon culture? I just wonder because we have our big Comic-Con here, you know, with the comics and the cartoons and the anime and the...
Well, God, I mean, it's a huge part of my upbringing, and I mean, it doesn't make me anything special. I mean, I'm huge
how
Three
do you know
Stooges
that?
fan, huge Looney Tunes fan. My girlfriend and I were just watching Looney Tunes the other
Right.
night, man. Like huge Muppet fan. So I was just pontificating to my girlfriend the other day. I was like, you know what? I really dig people that are, and this applies to Taryn, that are seriously good at what they do, but don't take themselves too seriously. And almost every artist I've ever known in almost any facet of art, whether it's dancing or music or painting, they've got a sense of humor. And I know for me, that's a huge part. And for she and I, that's a huge part of our chemistry is our sense of humor, because not long after we got one another's attention in other people's gigs, we're like, you like the Beastie Boys? I like the Beastie Boys. You like this? I like that. You know, we liked these genres of music that were insanely different than what we were getting hired to play. Love bebop jazz, love punk rock, love, you know, all these different genres that we both do. And I don't think you can have that kind of diversity or eclecticism, if that's a real word, without having a sense of humor to some degree. But Taryn, absolutely a huge part of our relationship as friends and as musicians is humor. Mostly, oh my God, I'd say mostly sense of humor.
Well, when you watch cartoons when you're young, that's
Yeah,
your
so-
first kind of taste of
Or
what's...
is it? Oops, guilty pleasure.
Oh no! Well, I mean, as far as cartoons, like to me, like we both love Bob's Burgers. It's absolutely hysterical.
funny.
American Dad
yes.
is hysterical.
Mentioning a couple of many.
like Archer. To you know, that's the newer stuff. I
What
like.
about like Josie and the Pussycat?
See, I
I
don't
was
remember
just-
watching that. See, that's a
I
question
remember
for
them,
him.
but I wasn't a huge fan. But I think this may be why you're asking, is that think about how closely related, like how integral music is in any of the cartoons we grew up watching.
Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah, wah,
Do something.
wah, wah, wah.
That's
the
the
Three
Stooges.
Stooges,
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
So, yeah, and especially in
Which
like
is not
the
a
Looney
cartoon,
Tunes,
but it's
the
got
Looney
that-
Tunes has all that great classical music, and then they throw in crazy jazz and stuff into that too.
I remember like Charlie Brown. He says I play Vince Guaraldi stuff.
that's-
you
yeah.
know, and I don't even know
so
that I'm
good.
doing it. I really don't know. It's just because it's rolling around.
I don't even think cartoon entertainment would not even be what it is. It wouldn't be even effective without the proper music.
Here's a segue. Marty does funny tricks with his voice. Marty, can you lay some of it on us? I heard that you do the Jetsons car.
Oh, which Thomas pointed out to me years ago on a recording session. My phone, my flip phone at the time, had that ringtone.
Dude, you had that
the
thing.
actual, yeah. And he goes, you know what that is? He goes, that's a reel tape, like backwards, right? Yeah, and I never even thought of that. And of course, leave it up to Thomas, the genius. But
So he's referring to Thomas Yearsley, the owner
Yes.
of Thunderbird Analog Recording Studio, and
Thomas wants to hear another cartoon.
Yes.
well,
Do
you
your
do some more
car horn.
cartoon sounds.
Can you do
here's one James Harmon and I share, and it's a bulb horn, or what other people would call a clown horn.
That's great.
Yeah. So my middle, I have two older sisters, and the younger sister and I used to sit. I swear to God, we would sit and watch Every episode of Brady Bunch, every episode of Muppet Show, every episode of but my sister and I would sit and watch, and Little Rascals, and we would sit and watch. There's a great episode called Birthday Blues where they make a cake with toy surprises in it. Well, there's a water bottle in it and it heats up and starts going off, and when they pull it out of the oven, it's making this noise, goes wee rare, wee rare, wee. Do you remember that at all? That is an episode called Birthday Blues.
Oh my God.
And it's so my sister and I would watch TV and we would mimic all these sounds we would hear, and she does like a mean goldfish and like crickets and stuff like that. But yeah, it was this thing with this vocabulary we developed. We would just, and so I have a number of voices and sounds I can do.
I love it.
So.
One of the aspects of your performance, kids, that I really love is I love that you play with your feet on the piano sometimes.
Sure,
Taryn.
whatever I can get up there.
You play with your elbow.
Whatever I can
You'll
hoist
play with
up
your
there.
nose. You'll play with your chin. You'll play with your anything.
You know what?
And Marty, you're barefoot. You're a barefoot player.
Yeah, he likes that.
Sometimes.
Unless,
Sometimes.
of course, you're dining and his feet are right in your face.
Right.
They'll cover him up. No, he won't.
Yeah.
But he's a barefoot player. So the feet thing, like, how did that all get started?
I don't know. You know what? Honestly, for me, it's really not some kind of a performance trick. It's not like some kind of like.
Oh, I think you should need to put it in your trick category.
Oh no, it's fine, but it's
awesome.
definitely more though. Actually, I would say attached to my playing style. It would be like, I just don't know what to do. I just want to slam like about 30 keys down right now. So the best way for me to do that is to lift up my leg and hit it with the inside of my shin, right? You know, boom, like that. Or I reach my right hand across and just hit, about 5 keys down at the bottom to create some kind of a rumbling sound. You know, I definitely look at the piano as a different, I don't know. I just see it and I want to just beat the crap out of it.
It's a drum.
And then we have an abusive relationship actually, and then I'm like, no, honey, I love you. I'm gonna touch you softly
I'm
now.
gonna tinkle, tinkle,
and
tinkle.
yes, and we're gonna caress, and then pow, right in the kiss. No, so really that's what it is. It's not to like showboat or anything. It really is just some kind of an expression. I just wanna do it, or I have fun with it.
I understand. I have to kick and punch when I'm singing. I kick and I punch.
Taekwondo!
I punch and I kick, and I don't even think about it. And I had one person ask me once, "You didn't kick at all tonight. Are you feeling okay?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even notice I wasn't kicking. But I normally do kick. You're right. I guess I am a kicker."
That's all right.
All right, should we play another song?
Sure.
So this last song is a cover, the only cover we're featuring today, but this goes way back again to your first record.
Yeah.
And this is called That's All.
Well, come here, baby, I'm ready to go, 'cause I'm in the mood to rock and roll, that's all. I mean to tell you that's all. Well, all you gotta do is rock and roll, that's all. When I get to rocking, I don't wanna stop. You better get ready to rock around the clock, that's all. I mean to tell you that's all. Well, all you gotta do is rock and roll, that's all. Don't worry about the time, I got plenty to spend. If the clock runs down, we'll wind it up again, and that's all. I mean to tell you that's all. Well, all you gotta do is rock and roll, that's all, that's all, that's all.
I can see why you picked that song. That is a nice little toe-tapping, foot-stomping, swingy kind of a song. I like it.
Thanks.
So, in closing, I would like to encourage everyone to follow Taryn Doneth and her duo with Marty Dodson, or whoever she decides to play with in this world of ours. She plays with a lot of different groups. She plays with Mercedes Moore Band. You can catch Marty Dodson in a lot of different groups, including Nikki Hill and many others. Follow them. You can find them on the World Wide Web. Her website is tarynD.com, and Marty Dodson's website is...
I've got a Facebook page.
He's got a Facebook
Taryn helped me set up. Remember that?
We sat at Revolutionary Roasters. I'm like, dude, you got to do something. Yeah.
It literally
people want to
exists
know where
because
you
of her.
are. Yeah. So I did the whole thing for him.
Aw, well, that's
But I
nice.
gave him the password, so now he can.
Yeah.
do his own.
But I tell you what, if you pick up any number of recordings that are San Diego musicians and beyond, as Marty stated, played on many different people's records, and you can witness them live and in color in San Diego County. Just go to hapnyn.com and you'll see their gigs listed there. That's HAPNYN.com. Thank you, Taryn Donna. Thank you, Marty
Thank you, Laura
Dodson.
Jane.
Can you do that one sound effect again at the end? Thank you, Marty.